Recent stories of children being separated from their families at the border have sparked outrage and national protests of President Trump's immigration policy. But for many of those children, separation is just the first step in a long legal maze as they go through immigration court. And in the United States, undocumented children are not entitled to free legal representation. But a group of lawyers from the Safe Passages Project in New York are trying to help undocumented children navigate the process. Jessica Gomez first met with them back in December and has their story from New York.
Navigating her way around New York City now comes easy to 19-year-old Jennifer. It wasn't always that way.
We come here for a better life, because life in Central America is not easy.
Living in poverty and abandoned by her father in Honduras, Jennifer's brother, who suffers from severe epilepsy, wasn't getting the medical treatment he needed.
We couldn't do anything. The doctor didn't want to help us because we didn't have the money to pay them.
In 2014, Jennifer and her brother, along with their mother, fled Honduras for the U.S. Apprehended at the border, they were released to family in New York City and braced for deportation hearings.
It
was Jennifer's high school Spanish teacher, David Lenzner, who, during a class project about immigration, realized she needed help.
I remember very vividly she was explaining the countries that she went through to get to the U.S., and the students were looking at her kind of like, why don't you just get on a plane? And so that's when it occurred to me she might potentially be in an undocumented situation.
Lenzner referred Jennifer here to New York Law School, which houses the Safe Passage Project.
An immigration judge can rescind it.
A nonprofit group of attorneys offering free legal help to children ordered to appear in federal immigration court for deportation hearings.
A large majority of our clients are unaccompanied children. They're leaving behind their families. They're leaving behind everything they know and making this journey alone, sometimes with just the clothes they have on their backs, and sometimes a number of a relative who might live in the United States.
They are scared. They don't speak English. Many of them think that they are going to be deported that day back to the danger that they fled from. And yet they showed up at court anyway.
Safe Passage, which enlists the help of more than 400 New York pro bono attorneys, says it's able to help about 95% of the kids they meet. Most of them eligible for protection under U.S. law, but they just don't know it.
There should not be a government attorney who is requesting their removal and a judge charged with ensuring the proceedings are carried out fairly, and nobody on the side of the child. That's not what America's about.
Hey, Alex.
Alexandra Rizzio got Jennifer's case.
Safe Passage identified that Jennifer and her brother were eligible for special immigrant juvenile status, which is a special form of immigration relief that's available for children who have been abused, abandoned, or neglected by one or both parents.
Tienes que hacer lo mismo, pero uno.
The court recently upheld the claim, and the siblings' green card applications are pending. Jennifer's brother is finally getting the medical treatment he needs. But for those without an attorney at their side, the prospects in federal immigration court are dim.
They either receive an order of removal and are actually deported from the country, or they live in the shadows. Those are both terrible, terrible options.
Safe Passage, which is currently working on some 700 cases, is now teaming up with New York City schools like Jennifer's and teachers like David Lenzner to let other kids know there's hope.
It's very difficult to focus and believe that it's important to, understand Shakespeare when you're worried about ICE coming and picking up your mother, your father, or your brother, or yourself.
For Jennifer, as one journey comes to an end, another will soon begin. She just graduated from high school and wants to trade in trains for planes.
I want to go to the Air Force, then go to college. I want to become a pilot to serve that country that serves me.
In New York, for Matter of Fact, I'm Jessica Gomez.